Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Ashton and Company Q3 FY26 Investor Conference Call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone. I now hand the conference over to the management of the Ashton and Group for their opening remarks. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Himanshu Gupta, the Managing Director of FY2025 Company Limited. I would like to welcome you all to our third quarter, 9-month results conference call for FY26. And thank you all for taking the time out and joining us here today. I'm happy to share that we have completed our first international acquisition in January 26, when we acquired CPD Singapore, which gives international curriculum capabilities for the India and Asia market. CPD Singapore is a publisher of supplementary books adhering to the Singapore IGCSE, A-level and O-levels, and IB curriculum for the K-12 school segment. This fills a gap in our product portfolio and makes us future ready for this fast-growing segment, which has over 1,000 schools in India. Overall, IGCSE has over 4,000 schools across the world, the largest concentration in Middle East and Southeast Asia, with over 1,000 schools. The number of IB schools world over is above 6,000, with a large number of being present in South Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. There is a huge potential for the CPD Singapore business. Our team is doing a great job in AI data set content, licensing revenues, where we look forward to achieving a solid 50% year-on-year growth during FY26. We believe that this revenue stream has a huge potential to grow and deliver for our group in the coming years. Saurabh will give you more details around this in his remarks. On the NCF front, we expect 26-27 to see maximum adoption of the new syllabus books, which should help our growth trajectory in the CBSE and ICSE market. As shared with you earlier as well, the PDF version of the new NCERT books have been released and available for class 4, 5th, 7th, and 8th, and on the NCERT website. We would have to wait and watch for its physical availability in the market. Our multiple partnerships for content and licensing, including Allied, which is for ICSE books, Discovery, Amar Chitra Katha, Money Prep, Liquid, Language Labs, Speed Labs for JEE and NAD Foundation, and many more, will help us in good stead for enhancing our sales momentum and diversifying our portfolio. The digital initiatives Smart K and Test Coach continue to move forward with higher adoption and enrollments. We continue our sustained focus in terms of working capital matrix with achieving the lowest net working capital and inventory matrix for Q3 in the company's history. The third quarter is a marketing-intensive quarter where we go out all to connect with key decision makers and to our end customers. In this regard, we have events like our channel partners product briefing, Singapore Study Tour for principals and leading schools, events like Mathematics Summits, Hindi Divas, Knowledge Quest Quiz, etc. With that, I would now request our group CFO, Mr. Saurabh Mittal, to apprise us all on the financial performance of Ashton. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking out your time. I'm Saurabh Mittal, Group CFO of Ashton and Company Limited. We ended 3Q with a consolidated revenue of 990 million and a PAT loss of 287 million. Revenues of one large segment have been shifted to Q4 due to syllabus revision, hence the revenue gap will get covered in Q4, and the specific series are being launched in Feb. On the M&A front, we completed our acquisition of CPD Singapore, which should hold us in good stead for building our international curriculum products for sale in India and South Asia and Middle East in the coming years. Do keep in mind that we are actively engaged in M&A opportunities which fill in the gaps in our portfolio. We aim to leverage our good strength in such acquisitions to deliver superior value to our customers and stakeholders. During 9 months FY26 on a consolidated level, we saw moderation in our reported gross margins versus 9 months FY25. This was largely driven by pricing in the content licensing revenues. While the pricing has rationalized, the volumes have grown exponentially to offset such pricing. I'm happy to share that we did AI dataset content licensing revenues of 171 million during 9 months FY26 versus 195 million in 9 months FY25. We are absolutely confident of achieving revenues of more than 300 million during FY26 versus 195 million in FY25 in the segment. Going ahead, we would continue to build on the AI dataset content licensing opportunities by adding more clients and higher quality data to train LLMs. Our focus in Q3 was inventory management, where we delivered strong results. Our Q3 inventory days were at 316 days versus 366 days in CQ FY2025. That's a reduction of almost 50 days. This is the lowest Q3 inventory days in the company's history. Our Q3 net working capital was also 143 days versus 152 days in the same period last year. Our investing companies also continue to improve and are profitable during this period. We look forward to their continuous strength for their business. As we enter the main season of FY26, I would like to reiterate our targets for this financial year. Firstly, we are looking to grow operating revenues in excess of 8,000 million for the year. Secondly, we are targeting an EBITDA margin band of 18 to 20% for this year. Finally, we look forward to continuing our focus on working capital metrics and cash flows. With this, I would like to open the call for your questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of T.S. Vinod from TVS Family Office. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. So my first question was related to the 15 crore of IT refund that we were issued, out of which 5.5 crore was the interest payment. So is that 5.5 crore of interest payment accounted as part of the Q3 FY26 results?
Yes.
And the 15 crore of cash as well is accounted in the books?
No, the cash has not come in yet. Cash came in January. Because the order came in December end, we accounted for the order and we received the money in mid-January. So the cash will come in next quarter.
Okay, sir. Thank you. My next question was, you were talking about we might go in for a buyback in case of we go in for a acquisition which does not cost a lot of cash outgo from the company. So now that we have done the acquisition, which is not material in terms of cash outgo from a company. So is there any outlook from management on going in for a buyback, since our valuation seems to be very depressed considering the cash flow that we are throwing year on year and the outlook for the company? So how does management look at buyback opportunities? And also the tax related to buyback has been revised in a more favorable way. So is that something that management could consider?
Yeah, so we'll look at what we end up with by the end of this year. We'll look at the cash flows probably around May when we have our final results. That is the time we can take a call based on the liquidity and the discussions that will happen internally at the board level. But currently, no discussions as of now that have happened, but we are open to the idea. We'll have that discussion around the May meeting.
Sure, sir. If I may ask one more question.
Yeah, sure.
So my next question was on the NCERT's decision to go full-fledgedly to focus on in-house printing and publication by ramping up the capacity. Now with this, and also they came up with a circular saying that, or a direction to the schools to adhere to NCERT books. So how does it impact our sales pipeline in case of schools are being directed by NCERT to go over their books? I know this is already existing. So it's not something new, but with the new capacity that they have put up, is that something that we need to worry about? And how is company positioned to overcome that headwind?
Hey, Mathuji, can you take that?
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, NCERT is doing this from a long time, from 25, 30, 40 years. And they are obviously creating books. They can print more quantities. But normally books we have seen for NCERT books are normally used for government schools, and some private schools also use their books. But as per the circular also, it is recommended to use the books. It's not that you have to compulsorily use the books. So private schools always have a choice to which books they want to use. And CRT books are good in quality of content, but they're not very comprehensive. The private books have a lot of comprehensive, and a lot of other questions, there's a lot of practice, there's a lot of other material, which is in the private books. So schools prefer to use private books. And this issue has been coming up again and again, but we have been giving good quality content and good service to the schools. So that's why our books are more recommended in the school. And we are not seeing any dip in the business as of now, we are sitting on almost middle of February. And we are seeing good response from the market. And hopefully that will continue to do so.
Sure. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Those were the questions, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, a reminder to all the participants that you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Nitin D. Dharmawat from Aurum Capital. Please go ahead. Nitin, your line is unmuted. Please proceed with your question.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. So just wanted to, clarify, since we have retained the guidance, and the guidance is 800 crores plus in top line and 18 to 20% EBITDA margin. And to achieve that, we'll have to get, 550 crores plus in revenue in the last quarter with an EBITDA margin of around 250 to 60 crores. So since we are already in the just the middle of the last quarter now, and wanted to understand the confidence level of the management to get there, because this is a uphill task of achieving that number. That must be the highest quarterly revenue for us. So can you please throw some light on that?
Nitin, hi. This is Manchu here. So we are quite confident, and we should be able to achieve our numbers as per our data and as per our meetings with the business heads and the sales people. So we are quite confident that we should be able to achieve the number.
I'm very glad to hear that, sir. My second question is, since I missed the initial part of the commentary, in case it has already been answered, it will be a repetitive one. Which all the classes have gone for NCF now, the new curriculum which are coming from the next academic year?
So 4th, 5th, 7th, 8th, and 9th also has now gone in. 10th also has gone in now. So mostly all the classes, I would say, have gone in for the new curriculum. So we would be able to, I would say, generate better business, because earlier when we were anticipating that the government will issue the new books, then they actually took a lot of time in issuing the new syllabus. So that's why the new syllabus could not be adopted by the schools properly. But in the next academic year and the year after that, we should hope that in 2 years, the full implementation of the new syllabus would be adopted by the schools now.
So, considering this, because in last quarter when we spoke in the quarterly call, my understanding was that not all the classes are coming for NCF with new curriculum. So, considering the change that has happened, so is there any change in the guidance as well? Will there be a revision in the guidance?
So I think guidance will remain the same, but we will obviously try to do whatever best we can. But the guidance will still remain the same, and we are not changing the guidance as of now.
Best means so let me be putting it slightly differently. So will there be an upward possibility of going beyond 800 crores CR revenue, or will it remain the same?
It's difficult to say, Nitin, because it's a very seasonal business, and most of the business happens in the last quarter. So it's very difficult to say as of now. But we are hoping that we will try to do our best, whatever best is possible. That we will definitely try.
But 800 crore is something we are pretty sure that will be there, right?
We're quite confident.
Got it.
We're quite confident.
And the next part is about the consolidated debt level. So what will the consolidated debt level will be debt-free completely in the entire financial year, or will there be working capital or any long-term debt also during the financial year? So that gives us some room for buyback or, increasing the dividends. So the previous participant also, asked that question. So just to go over there on the same question.
Sure, can you answer that? Yeah, so Nitin, I think, seasonally so we are largely debt-free 3 quarters. We only have net debt at the end of Q3. We've done some capex this year, of course, and we've done an acquisition also. But I think by the end of this year, last year we were sitting on approximately 103, I think, at the end of March. We'll probably be around 125 by the end of 103 crores last year. 103, so it should be around 120 and 25 by the end of March, and 150 plus by the end of June. So I think we have headroom there in case some other acquisition does not come up. Nothing as of now that we are discussing, but that's what is trending at the moment. So there is headroom for considering that buyback.
Oh, glad to hear that as well. So wishing you all the best, sir. Thank you so much for answering my questions.
Thanks, Nitin. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Giriraj Daga from Visaria Family Trust. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So just taking the Nitin question forward. So the idea was that probably when we were commenting earlier, we were thinking that the years when we'll have a syllabus change, we'll have about 15-20% growth. But when I look at last 2 years, it's about 8.5%, and this year we are guiding about 11%. And half of the syllabus change has already come in now, because FY27 means you will be selling this year books. So is this the 10% is the thinking, and probably next year probably we may have another 10%. Is the thought process right, or we'll have some kicker coming in terms of growth when the syllabus change full will kick in?
Hi. So basically, the syllabus changes as we expected got delayed somehow by the government, and we expected the syllabus change to happen in over a 2-3 years period, but that is taking 4-5 years. So that syllabus change impact is happening in the schools, but the full impact will happen in the, as I said earlier in the call, that next academic year, academic year after that. So next 2 years we should see a complete syllabus change in all the schools in the country, hopefully, and that should definitely give the boost to the business. How much boost it will give and how much impact will have, positive impact on the business, that we still have to decide maybe after the season is over. Then we will be able to get the clear picture. So as of now, it's very difficult to say how much growth we will do next couple of years, but definitely it will have a bigger boost to the business, I would say.
Okay. So there is still some kicker.
I think if I can just add here, I think we had discussed about this in one of the earlier calls as well. See, the thing is that earlier when we used to say that you will get 15 to 20% or high teens kind of growth over a 2-3 year period, that 3 year or 2 to 3 year period has become like a 5 year, 6 year period. So if you just think about it, whatever growth we were assuming over a concentrated 3 year period is now coming over a 5 to 6 year period. That's the reason why that number is different.
No, but just follow up that gives us confidence that let's say 28 and 29 can be also 10% at least growth.
So see, we will give the guidance for next year when we come out with our annual numbers. I don't think this will be the right time to give a guidance for next year.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Amit Agicha from HG Hava and Company. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. So the EBITDA margin guidance of 18 to 20% is given. Like, what are the structural levers or drive the expansion, like printing efficiencies or SKU rationalizations or digital mix?
Yeah, I think it's a mix of product mix that we are having, plus the higher content licensing revenues that we have, plus and of course with the new curriculum books, of course the realizations are a bit better. So it's a mix of all of that.
And so, like, who are the counterparties for AI dataset licensing?
Counterparties in terms of?
AI dataset licensing.
Confidentiality clauses around that, but they are the leading players in the world. That's all we can say.
Okay, and sir, can this licensing become 10 to 15% of our revenue over the coming 3 to 5 years?
It has the potential. But again, we are working on certain projects which will give us better quality data sets. Plus, apart from text, we are looking at videos, we are looking at illustrations. So yes, there are multiple things that we are doing, and fortunately for us, this year has been better than last year, and then hopefully next year should be better soon.
And so the investor presentation mentions the total employee count to be 1900 plus. Like, is it including the acquisition of Singapore?
That's a very small head count.
That's a 5 people head count there.
Okay, only 5. And so would it be possible for you to share, like, out of the 1900 people, like, how many are in editorial, how many are in sales, how many are in printing?
It's 50 to 700 in sales, about
around 200 plus in editorial.
Yeah, and
that's a number which we normally share in our annual report. So, but this is the number that we have written in last year's annual.
500-600 would be in printing and warehousing operations. The rest would be back-end services.
And the last question from my side, sir, any plans for EdTech platform?
Come again?
Any plans for EdTech platform? What do you mean by any plans for EdTech platform? Do you mean a minority investment? Do you mean something we are starting on our own, or
what is something starting with your own, which is starting something on your own?
We've taken a couple of small initiatives. We have Test Coach. We have launched the UET last year. We are getting better traction than last year, but again, it's not very material this year. We're doing something different as we compared to last year. We roped in a few influencers for that. So we're hoping to get good number of admissions. But again, see, whatever we want to build in EdTech also, we want to build for a longer term. We don't want short-term plays in that. It should solve a problem, not, no gimmick as such. So we're taking it slow, and of course, not too much of investment going into it. Because we've done our investments in EdTech, we've launched apps earlier, things haven't worked out. So we'll only do it where there is a actual need for the platform, plus and it generates revenue and traction for a longer period of time. So whatever we do for a longer period. Yeah.
I appreciate you answering my questions in detail, sir. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. The next question is from the line of T.S. Vinod from TVS Family Office. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. So the NCF is currently giving us a step change over the next several quarters. So post that, maybe like as you said, the next 2 years is going to see the step change. Post that, how should we look at the growth trajectory for the company? Should we be able to maintain similar run rate? Is that something that you foresee, or how should we look at it?
Sorry. So we should look at normalized growth after that, and normalized growth. Sorry,
in terms of percentage, what will that be, sir?
So percentage terms, it will be like, I would say 8 to 10% will be a normalized growth for the company. And if we are able to do some acquisitions or do some, generate revenue in the AI segment, in the other segments, then it's a different story. I'm talking about the traditional publishing business would remain at 8 to 10% growth levels. Less additions happen, then they can add on.
Sure. My next question was on the IB acquisition that you made. How big is the market and what is the competitive landscape there for the IB?
The IB market in India. Sorry, go ahead, Saurabh. Go ahead.
So I think Himanshu gave the number of schools in his opening remarks. It's a very large market. You have 4,000 schools for IB, CSC, and about 6,000 schools for IB all over the world. That's 10,000 schools. And currently our exposure there is nil. So that's a very, very
competition, please? Like competition from your competitors?
Of course. You have competition from all the global players, Pearson, Cambridge itself, and all the various publishers that have been licensed.
So like Oxford and and the big players are there, but they are not local players. So in terms of domestic players, we don't see any domestic players coming in the international school market because they don't have the product portfolio to do that. So that's why we also didn't have a product portfolio. That's why we had acquired the Singapore company that we believe that can be taken to the next level. But right now the company is of a very small size with a very limited revenue and a limited number of people. But we plan to expand it in the next 2 to 3 years. So I believe that the international school market is growing at a much faster pace in India and neighboring countries, where a lot of I would say schools, even in tier 2 and tier 3 towns, are going for international syllabus. And CBSE is also growing, no doubt about it, but the growth in these segments of international schools is much higher. So we wanted to fill that gap, and that's why we are here. But the reality we'll come to know more about it in the next 6 to 8 months of what is happening, because right now it is not even a month that we have acquired that company. So we also gaining knowledge and experience, and trying to understand the operations and everything. So it's fairly new in this segment.
Sure, sir. Thank you. My next question was on the test coach monetization. You did touch upon that. Is there something that we can do to monetize the test coach? I understand that the earlier conference call you spoke about the YouTube channel that you have and the content that you have over there. The content is very rich. So how can we look at monetization? Is there some kind of outlook that management has on that?
So H1 Academy is more of a marketing channel. It's not really a monetization that we can do, and we're currently not looking at monetizing that. It's more of marketing. Test coach, yes, we launched CUET at the moment and last year, and then we're getting good traction this year also. So once this is just done for CUET at the moment. Once we are able to successfully do CUET, then we look at other exams. So this is something that we are trying to build, but it will take time building. It will not happen in 1 year or 2 years. We have a good 4 or 5 years to build it up, and because this is a B2C, so this can scale once people have confidence in the kind of content and results that we start giving for the students appearing for the examination. We'll be able to build. There are about 15 lakh students sitting for CUET. That's a large market. Currently, there is no clear leader in that segment. While there are leaders in your JEE and NEET segment, there's no clear leader in the CUET segment. So, considering that, we thought this is an area where we could make a difference, and we are already a known brand for the schools. So that's why we ventured into that, and hopefully this year and next year we should be able to wrap it up to a decent level and then take it to multiple examinations after that.
Sure. Thank you, sir. My next question was on the sales returns. So typically, you indicate that you try to contain it at 15%. So is that, are we trying to tighten it up further for this year, or how are we looking at the sales returns, sir?
Yeah, it's within that range. I mean, currently we are not crossing that range ever, and then hopefully with the syllabus change being completed, it should trend a bit lower after that, because currently with old inventory and new inventory, there's a bit of a challenge sometimes that comes in the few places, but I think it may trend lower from next year onwards by at least a percentage.
Sure. Thank you, sir. That's all I have.
Thank you. As there are no questions from the participants, I now hand the conference over to the management of the S-Chan Group for their closing comments.
I think
thank you, everyone. Sorry?
Ikra?
Yes, sir.
I can see.
There is one question in the queue. Yeah. So the question is from Nitin S. Dharmawat from Aurum Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah,
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Going back to, growth numbers for, next couple of years considering the NCF, and since we do not want to give any guidance right now for the subsequent years, and it's understandably right also, it's too early. But looking at the history, considering the fact that we are a very old organization in this business, one of the earliest one, and there were instances when this curriculum got changed, for example, in mid 2005, 6, 7 period, or prior to that 98, or prior to that 86, 87 period, when the curriculum got changed or NEP was introduced that time. So what kind of industry growth has come after the introduction of curriculum, whether it is one time or, in staggered manner, but what was the growth in a couple of years, 2-3 years historically? If you can share some experience from that side, it would help.
Yeah, it is. Nitin is very old. I was also very young in the business at that time, almost 20 years old when the curriculum change happened in front of me. So we saw, because at that time the change happened in very quick succession, not too long period. It happened in 2 or 3 years. But this time the change has happened over 5-6 years. So that is a big difference that we are seeing. So schools are, a lot of schools are skeptical that they want to use the old curriculum, old books. Some schools are using the new books. So it's a mixed bag, I would say, this time. Earlier time, it used to be that all the schools are adopting the new books. So there was a much, I would say, higher growth in terms of percentages. This time it has been more spread out over a 5-6 year period. So we are not seeing that high growth happening in 1 year or 2 years. But we believe the next couple of years should be giving us decent growth, hopefully. And we should be able to maintain that and then have a normalized growth after that.
Got it. Thank you so much and wishing you the best.
Thank you. Oh.
Thank you. There are no more questions from the participant. I would like to hand the conference over to the management for closing comments.
Thank you, everyone, for taking out your time, and be safe with your family. Thank you, everyone, once again. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Ashton and Company, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us today, and you may now disconnect your lines.